about something that I'm very passionate about, so I want to make sure I don't talk to you for the next hour and a half. And so I did write down my comments. First of all, thank you all for being here. Thank you, East End Democratic women. Woo! And the terrific men who are here. Support them, support us. Because we do have to work together. I am pro-life. I am a pro-choice liberal woman. Is this confusing? No. Is it a contradiction in terms? No. I don't think so. If you know anything about who I am and what I stand for, I don't think you would define me as anything but for life. For life. For feeding children who are hungry. For providing health care for every person as a right, not a privilege. For celebrating with my minister and the woman she married last Sunday at our church, the love of her life and her own choice to live life richly and fully with the person she most loves in the world. Fighting against an illegal war that has cost us dearly in blood and treasure and has cost the Iraqi people hundreds and thousands of lives. For their lives. For those who are imprisoned and need to find hope and redemption so that they can resume their lives after they have paid their debt to society. For women's lives around the world that are abused and used. For children that must be allowed to begin their lives on an equal playing field through access to equal education. I am pro-life. There is no confusion for me there. The confusion and contradiction exists when we look carefully at those who have taken this sanctified title and crowned themselves with it. We need to expose the nakedness of those who robe themselves in false values. But I don't blame them. I blame us. We have let them carry this label for over 3 decades without any pushback from us. Our own sisters pronounce pro-life as if it were a dirty word. You know, we've been subjected to Republican candidates for president since, I don't know, forever? Or does it just seem like forever? But some valuable information has been thrown out at us. Let's peel back the layers of this putrid flower. During the Tea Party-sponsored debate, Rick Perry received his greatest applause when he touted his state's capital execution record of over 150 human beings. I tend to think that some of those gleeful cheerleaders in the audience, the cheerful cheerleaders of this gruesome statistic, probably called themselves pro-lifers. During that same debate, Ron Paul talked about the personal responsibility that each one has to buy her own health insurance. And what, the moderator asked him, of the healthy 30-year-old who doesn't buy any insurance and finds himself so sick that he slips into a coma? The shout from the audience was clear and emphatic. Anybody remember it? Let him die! Might this have been an evangelical Christian awash in sanctimonious virtue? Shouting this and calling himself a pro-lifer? And do you remember the ovation that followed that comment? Yes. Let's think about Gingrich and food stamps. Let's think about Bachman telling people that it was the wrath of God that caused the tornadoes to fall upon and devastate the middle parts of our nation. Let's talk about Romney, who said, quite literally, corporations are people. So that's the life that he's pro. So let's think about the Council of Bishops, whose representative recently said, wants contraception, she can work somewhere else. Did anyone else hear that? Yes. It was astounding. Well, I go back a ways with this. When I was 16 years old, I visited a woman who lived in the projects to bring some food and clothing for her and her children. I went to her apartment with Sister Grace Therese. This outreach was a project of my high school sodality, and I was the president of the sodality. Sister Grace was the advisor. I spoke with the woman for a few minutes. She was a big woman, very gentle, very cheerful and soft-spoken, and very humble. She told me that her husband goes away for weeks at a time, maybe months sometimes, comes back, and then she finds herself pregnant again. So I asked her if she had sought some advice about preventing pregnancy when she went to the clinic. Well, you can imagine when we returned to school how I was read the Riot Act by Sister Grace Therese, who, by the way, is no monster. She and I are still friends after all these years and have great respect for one another. But she said to me that my role as president of the sodality was to model the tenets of the Catholic Church. Now, this was a woman who was my mentor, and I respected her a great deal. But I told her that it was a much bigger sin to bring children into the world when you can't feed them or clothe them.
Amen.
I am pro-life because I have never stopped believing this. Sorry, I almost lost my thoughts. This is why I had to write this, because it really just ticks me off that they keep using this and we don't fight back. You know, everybody tells me if you want to, each time I say a piece of my credo, if you want to jump in and repeat it, you're welcome to it. I believe in access to health because I am pro-life. I believe that a family should be planned because I am pro-life. I believe that we need to protect our sustainability on this earth because I am pro-life. I believe that marriage should be between two people who commit to sharing a life because I am pro-life. I believe in restorative justice and providing a second chance because I am pro-life. Equal educational opportunities, because that's the only way children who are not born into privilege can have equal lives with those who have. Because I am pro-life. I believe that government is an imperfect collection of communities that exists to provide services and to help all of its members who need help to survive, because I am pro-life. I believe that everyone, no matter what color, religion, gender, or sexual orientation, needs to be judged by the quality of her character and not by any of the above. Because I am pro-life. I am part of a group of people who call ourselves Women for Obama. And I've been getting some emails from friends, liberal friends of mine, who are saying, oh, how could you be out there pounding the pavement for him? I don't agree with him on this or on that. But do you believe in our principles? And do you believe that any of the people that we've seen parading themselves out there for the past 6 months can possibly uphold any of these principles? No. Do you believe that we need to re-elect Barack Obama Because all of these issues that have too often been called women's issues are human issues. I am not just grateful to the East End Democratic Women for this wonderful award, because I have such great respect and admiration for everything that Nora Brett has stood for. But because it also gives me an opportunity to remind all of you that we are the ones with the values. We are the ones who believe in life and the dignity of life for every human being. And we believe that we need government, because government is simply a large community of human beings saying, when you're down, you're not heavy, you're my sister. So thank you again. I truly, truly appreciate this honor. Thank you.